Hey everybody, it is Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm coming to you tonight from a different room. I'm not out in the garage, I'm actually in my safe room tonight, and we'll see if I can show you all my safes, all the kind of stuff, and I got a ton of projects going on the floor, and anyway, I'm actually right now waiting for a video that I just filmed and edited on the SIG MPX Terran Tactical edition range report. It's rendering right now, and I'm going to go upload it and get it to my Patreons tonight. But I wanted to make a video to talk about what happened with Liberty Safes. I know a bunch of YouTubers have talked about it. It's in the news. It's kind of like the big gun news going on right now. And somebody last night in one of my videos asked me what I thought, and I hadn't even heard of it because I guess I was at work all day. So I looked it up, and it looks like the FBI had a warrant for somebody, and Liberty Safe, I guess, gave the FBI that person's combination. And people ask me, what do I think? And as you can see, one of my safes, in fact, my latest safe that I own, is a Liberty. Yeah, you can see that. This is the, if I get down here at the bottom, it's the Fat Boy Extreme, or Fat Boy Junior Extreme. And I wanted to talk about it. Now, I think Liberty Safes have shot themselves in the foot, metaphorically. I understand that if there's a warrant, you're going to be in trouble if you don't comply. However, the warrant didn't say it was for the safe. And I'm not a legal expert or any of this kind of stuff. But what concerns a lot of people more is the fact that they have the combination to your safe. But I wanted to talk about something that I have always done and people have made fun of me for. All of the safes in my safe room, see, especially my big ones, that one, and of course, my Liberty safe, if you notice, they don't have electric locks on them. They don't use any electronics. And I've always been a big proponent of mechanical locks because they're less susceptible, in my mind, to hacking. As hacking becomes more and more sophisticated, somebody, and who knows, in the future might be able to, get to those wires and have some type of computer connection. But also, I wanted a mechanical lock, which had to be put on by a locksmith. So Liberty actually doesn't have my combination. They don't have it. Because when I bought this safe, it came with an electric lock. But the local locksmith that I bought it from, he's able to put on the mechanical lock. And I had a custom combination made for it. So Liberty doesn't have this. And this just reminds me of why I'm a big fan of mechanical locks and mechanisms and so forth. It's less susceptible to modern forms of hacking, information storage, and that kind of thing. Now, when it comes to what Liberty did, I think you're going to see the end of Liberty. I don't think gun owners are going to forgive them. The thing about it is, though, the FBI was going to get into that safe no matter what, because if they couldn't get the combination, they were going to either torch it or they were going to get some type of saw out, and they were going to get into it one way or the other. Them getting the combination means they're able to get to the contents of it in a less destructive way. So if this person is able to get their property back, hopefully their property will not be damaged or destroyed. But they were going to get into it anyway. But also, one thing that I want to bring up and remind people is, even though we call these things safes, legally, I don't think they actually are safes. I want to say there's a special legal term for what they are. They're like locked container units or something like that. A safe actually has a very specific definition in U.S. law, and the things that we consider to be safes aren't actually safes. I know, it's weird, but it's legalese stuff. But anyway, that is why I have never trusted the electric locks, and every time I have bought a safe, people are like, you need to get the electric lock. It's so much easier. They can't be hacked. They can't be this. I'm like, I don't want to deal with batteries. I don't want to deal with any issues like that. I just don't trust them. So when I bought this guy, I had the electric one removed, I had a mechanical one installed, and it has a custom combination that I created. So I would recommend to you, if you are worried about your safe, especially if it's a Liberty safe. You can go to a professional locksmith that especially deals with safes, and probably a Liberty safe dealer that knows how to change out the locks. They can probably come to your house and they can do it here. So they could change it out. They can get rid of the electric one, put in one with a combination that you want. And that's something that I would definitely look into. Now, I'm not sure if that works with every model or any of that, but I'm just saying that I always hedge my bets, and that's why I went with this direction. This was not a long time ago, a couple years ago, but I could foresee stuff like this happening. So if you're in the market for a safe, in my opinion, get a manual lock and get one that maybe you can have it programmed or set to your combination. It's kind of scary that Liberty has these back doors to their safes because, I understand them wanting to work with law enforcement and say, well, if, they have a legitimate warrant, but we all know in today's world, judges and courts will issue search warrants for anything, for any purpose. It used to be a security measure in our justice system, but now they just get warrants for anything. Judges will just go, well, what do you want? Okay, I'll just give you, whatever search warrant you want. And these search warrants can be very vague. The Constitution says they can only search in the place that they say in the warrant and for the things to be seized or looked for. And it's my understanding in this warrant that they had, it was only for the location. It didn't say specifically the safe. But I think that you're going to see Liberty Safe really pay a big price for this. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to talk about when it comes to that. I also wanted to talk about Matt Hoover. I guess I saw today that Matt Hoover got sentenced, and I know that my videos about him and his situation got a lot of traction. And a lot of people disagreed with my opinion that he poked the bear, and he is partially to blame for the situation that he's in. I'm very happy to hear that he only got 5 years as compared to the possible 40 years. It's still a travesty of justice. It is. He should not be in there. However, he didn't use good common sense. And, just because the world, or in your mind, the world should be fair, doesn't mean that the world is. I was thinking of another analogy of this. I'm just saying, like, if you're in a town, let's say some small town, and that there's a biker gang in town, and the biker gang, they can cause trouble, okay? And you decide that you're going to, complain about them. You're going to be a thorn in their side. Now, legally, they're not supposed to be able to come after you or hurt you, but logically, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to come after you. Well, right now, we live in a post-constitutional republic. I know what the Constitution says. I know what our history and tradition says. But we all know that the ATF, the Department of Justice, is a rogue agency, and they will go after people for political reasons. And judges and uneducated juries will convict and go along with it, especially if they disagree with you politically. So while it is your right to say what you want to say, and Matt Hoover had a First Amendment right to do what he did, and I support that, you also have to understand that just because the world should be fair doesn't mean that the world is fair. And when you decide to do things, especially if they have the possibilities of very negative consequences, you need to think long and hard. I understand why people are upset. I understand the frustrations people have. But he made his bed and he has to live in it. He knows that what the ATF can do, what the ATF will do, what the Department of Justice will do, the political nature of some of these DAs and these prosecutors. And he decided to walk up to that line and do what he did and say the things he did. He does not deserve jail time for it. But that's not the world that we live in. There's people that suffer in this world that should not suffer. But the world is not fair, and it's not going to be fair. And until the political landscape changes, you have to make smart decisions. So, but I am glad he only got 5 years instead of the possible 40. So it's a lot, it's too much, but it's a heck of a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So anyway, I want to talk about those two things. And those are the two things people had asked me about. So I guess before I let you go, I want to show you guys how much of a geek I am in case you didn't know. I have all these like Star Wars Lego sets. I absolutely love Legos. I've been building the car sets. As you can see, got my Corvette, Porsche 911, 69 Camaro, 67 Mustang, and over here, let's see what we got. We got the Back to the Future DeLorean. I got some more Star Wars sets and some other sets over there. I also have like the gigantic like Titanic set, but it's in like the other room. But anyway, that's what's going on, and anyway, I'm going to get back to seeing if this video has rendered, get it uploaded, and I still have to go invoice my clients for work, and it's already like 9:30, so it's going to be kind of a late night before I can even get to bed, and I got to be up early. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys understand what I'm saying about the Liberty Safe, and why I always go with mechanical locks, even though people laugh at me and say, you need to get the electrical ones. Nope, I'm going to go with the mechanical ones, and I'm going to have my own personal combinations that nobody else has. So there you go. So, as always, thanks for watching.